is David Chikvaidze. I'm Chief of Staff at the United Nations Office at Geneva, and I am really proud to be at this exhibit. It's the first ever exhibit of this kind, and thanks to the D10 Gallery and its proprietor, Victoria Zozieva, we have a chance to present the treasures of the United Nations that have been in the Palais des Nations for over 90 years, I would say, maybe 80 years. And some people have seen them, but not the entire population of Geneva. And we're very proud of this. We have some absolutely outstanding works, and this is the first time that this has gone to downtown Geneva. Among these works are the works of my compatriot and very, very esteemed friend, although the age differences exist, but we're still very close friends. This is Maestro Rath. He is a world-famous artist, sculptor, and just a very, very kind person who has recreated the Russian Academy of Art, who's done a lot of stuff for artists who were struggling in the lean days, in the 90s, etc. He's a great personality, and I think we're all very, very lucky to be his compatriots, but also his friends, those who can use that friend with regard to Mr. Tsereteli. I'm particularly proud of this model of his sculpture, which is called Good Defeats Evil. It is a stylized image of St. George killing the dragon. However, the dragon is made out of missiles. It's made out of Soviet SS-20 missile and an American Pershing II missile. And it's ironic that now that we're talking about this, and this sculpture sits on the North Lawn of the United Nations in New York, the treaty which was signed to get rid of these weapons has now been discarded, the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, INF Treaty. But it's something that also is very close to my heart for a particular reason. When Rath was making this sculpture, he had already secured an SS-20 from the Soviet government, and they were shipping it to New York. He had, during 1990, the visit to Moscow by President Bush. President Bush and Secretary Baker visited his studio. They loved the project. And there was an assumption that the Pershing II missile would be forthcoming. However, luckily, we sort of raised the issue with Rath during a conversation, and following up on it, we realized that there was no Pershing II to be secured. And through very good friendships that at the time I was assistant to the Soviet ambassador and chief of protocol in Washington, D.C., I called my very good friend, a terrific gentleman, Gary Biggs, who was chief of protocol of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. And I said, Gary, we need a Pershing II missile. He said, sorry, they're all in museums. They're all assigned to museums. All we have is a dummy. I said, I don't want a dummy. We need a missile that we open up and the wires will be sticking out. So finally there was a deal by which a dummy was sent to one of the museums and we got the missile. And the other reason why I'm also proud of this is because we have an ongoing permanent exhibit on the nuclear bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki at the United Nations with artifacts from these two cities. And because of this is in honor of a nuclear disarmament treaty, the Japanese requested, and we made it possible for this particular model to be part of that exposition. So many connections, many emotions, and I'm really happy that we are able to share this. And thank you, Victoria, for doing this, making it happen.